1. The Appalachian National Scenic Trail, generally known as the Appalachian Trail or simply the AT, is a marked hiking trail in the eastern United States extending between Springer Mountain in Georgia and Mount Katahdin in Maine. The trail is about 2,200 miles, 3,500 kilometers long, though the exact length changes over time as parts are modified or rerouted. The Appalachian Trail Conservancy claims that the Appalachian Trail is the longest hiking-only trail in the world. More than 2 million people are said to do at least one day hike on the trail each year. 2. The Continental Divide National Scenic Trail is a United States national scenic trail running 3,100 miles between Mexico and Canada. Length: 3,100 miles, 4,989 kilometers. Site: Continental Divide of the Americas. Months: April to October. Highest point: Grays Peak, Colorado, 14,270 feet, 4,350 meters. Lowest point: Columbus, New Mexico, 3,900 feet, 1,200 meters. Use: hiking, some horse riding, some mountain biking. 3. The Grand Italian Trail or the Sentiero Italia is a daunting trek. It's a fairly new 3,750-plus mile footpath through the Alps and Apennine mountain ranges in Italy. It's much more imagination than actual mountain route. For 6,100 kilometers, the Grand Italian Trail stretches the entire length of Italy from Trieste, bordering Slovenia, to the island of Sardinia. It follows the spine of the Apennine Mountains in Italy and spans the Italian Alps, including the stunning Dolomites. The hike promises stunning mountain vistas, amazing history, unmatched art and culture, and plenty of carbs. Divided into 368 sections, the Sentiero Italia is an ambitious and sometimes difficult trail. Further complicating matters is the Italian ban on wild camping. 4. Great Wall of China. Many travel companies offer day trips to the Great Wall of China. Some even offer week-long hiking trips along the more intact segments. But hikers looking to follow the Great Wall's entire 1,800-mile path from the Gobi Desert to the Yellow Sea will have to go it alone. It's up to them to obtain their travel permits, pitch their tents, and navigate a foreign culture. Still, from unexpected local hospitality to breathtaking, solitary vistas, the rewards of this kind of travel are known only to those who take the risk. The Great Wall passes by several important Chinese military installations, so travelers will need to obtain special permits from the Chinese government to hike all 1,800 miles. Be sure to deal with the Chinese embassy directly when it comes to permit requirements, as regulations might be more extensive than those covered by private travel or visa services. Visitors might need to hire a Chinese guide to obtain travel permits. Visa applications can take months to process, so be sure to begin planning well in advance of your departure. 5. The Greater Patagonian Trail, GPT, is 1,300 miles long and counting. It is a growing network of backroads and rutted trails stitched together to form an enormous route across South America, and almost nobody knows about it. That's because it's been built quietly, the entire route put together by one couple who hope to share a love of hiking with the world. The GPT is already the largest trail in South America by far. No other trail on the continent extends beyond 500 miles. When completed, the GPT will rival both the Appalachian Trail and Pacific Crest Trail in scope and beauty. However, it's very informal by North American standards. Currently, the GPT is formed by 27 sections from 20 to 100 miles long. It begins in the Mall region of central Chile and extends south into the Chubut province in southern Argentina. Swiss-German hiker and explorer Jan Dudek and Chilean hiker Malin Ubilla are hiking and plotting a patchwork of unmarked hiking and horse trails, and minor dirt roads. Together, the duo records GPS coordinates and trail section details, then publishes them on the GPT. 6. Great Himalaya Trails, GHT, is a rebrand title for the original, the Great Himalaya Trail. Whereas the original trail was a route across the country from east to west, the new rebrand adds a collection of various trails in the upper and middle districts of Nepal to the original route. The purpose of this rebrand is to open up new trekking products and support inclusive rural development in these areas. The original concept of the Great Himalaya Trail was to establish a single long-distance trekking trail from the east end to the west end of Nepal that includes a total of roughly 1,700 kilometers long path. There is a proposed trail of more than 4,500 kilometers, 2,800 miles, stretching the length of the Greater Himalaya range from Nangla Parbat in Jammu and Kashmir to Namche Barwa in Tibet, thus passing through India, Nepal, Bhutan and Tibet. Although an actual continuous route is currently only a concept, if completed it would be the longest and highest alpine hiking track in the world. Citation needed. In November 2014, cross-country hikes of Nepal and Bhutan sections have been undertaken by a well-funded international non-governmental organization, and visiting some of the most remote communities on Earth, it would pass through the diverse landscapes found in the region, including valleys, plateaus and landscapes. Nepal's proposed GHT has 10 sections comprising a network of upper and lower routes. The GHT, so-called upper and lower, currently can be roughly mapped out through existing routes, but these routes may not provide a continuous and uninterrupted trail. In 2011, British legendary ultra-trail runner Lizzie Hawker attempted a solo cross of GHT but failed. She is trying again starting mid-September 2016 from East Kanchenjunga, BC, presumably lasting 45 days. 7. The Pacific Crest Trail is a long-distance hiking and equestrian trail closely aligned with the highest portion of the Sierra Nevada and Cascade Mountain ranges, which lie 100 to 150 miles east of the U.S. Pacific coast. Length: 2,659 miles, 4,279 kilometers. Location: California, Oregon, Washington, USA, British Columbia, Canada. Elevation change: 420,880 feet, 128,284 meters. Months: late April to late September. Highest point: Forester Pass, 13,153 feet, 4,009 meters. Trailheads: Campo, E.C. Manning Provincial Park. 8. Te Araroa, the Long Pathway, is New Zealand's long-distance tramping route, stretching 3,000 kilometers, 1,850 miles along the length of the country's two main islands from Cape Reinga to Bluff. It is made up of a mixture of older tracks and walkways, new tracks and linked sections alongside roads. Tramping the full length of the trail generally takes 3 to 6 months. The idea of a national walkway goes back to the 1970s, when it was first advocated for by the Federated Mountain Clubs of New Zealand, and in 1975 the New Zealand Walkways Commission was established, too, but in 15 years made little progress. 3. In 1994, journalist Jeff Chappell advocated a New Zealand long walking track, and founded Te Araroa Trust. 4. Advocacy and negotiations for access continued, and by 2006 plans for the trail began being part of local government plans. 5. The 3,000 kilometers, 1,864-mile route officially opened on December 3, 2011 after 10 years of work by hundreds of volunteers. 6. Construction coordinated by the Trust is ongoing. 9. The Tokai Nature Trail Tokai Shizen Hodo is a long-distance walkway that traverses 11 prefectures and covers 1,697 kilometers, 1,054 miles, running from Meiji no Mori Takao Quasi National Park in Tokyo to Meiji no Mori Mino Quasi National Park in Osaka Prefecture. Hiking the entire trail usually takes 40 to 50 days. In 1969, the former Minister of Health, Labor, and Welfare, current Minister of the Environment, proposed establishing a long-distance hiking trail. In 1970, With cooperation of related local governments, the construction project began, and was completed in 1974. Subsequently, the idea of connecting two quasi-national parks gave rise to constructing an array of additional quasi-national parks along the path. Numerous hills, wetlands, and canyons, which had not previously been viewed as tourist spots, were designated as quasi-national parks and presently serve as nature preserves. 10. The Wales Coast Path, Welsh, Lwybyr Ffordd Cymru, is a long-distance footpath which follows, or runs close to, the majority of the coastline of Wales. It opened on the 5th of May 2012, and offers a 870-mile, 1,400 kilometers walking route from Chepstow in the south to Queensferry in the north. Wales is the first country in the world to provide a dedicated footpath close to most of its coastline. The path runs through 11 national nature reserves and other nature reserves, including those managed by the Wildlife Trusts or Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. The Wales Coast Path was launched on the 5th of May 2012, and was heralded as the world's first coastal path to cover an entire country. It follows the entire Welsh coastline from Chepstow in the southeast to near Queensferry in the north. Many parts already had established paths, such as the North Wales Path, the Anglesey Coastal Path and the Lynn Coastal Path. The Pembrokeshire Coast Path had been a designated national trail, and in 2011 was voted by National Geographic magazine as the second best coastal destination in the world. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe.